This week on the World Food Championships, it's a bacon and burger battle.
This is the World Burger Battle. I don't think it gets any bigger than this.
Trying to defend his two-time reigning championship status. Wade Fortin.
The only thing better than bacon is more bacon.
Ricardo Heredia won it 2 years in a row, so he's going for a three-peat.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. It's day one of the World Burger Championships, and over 40 teams are hustling to get ready for the first of 2 dishes in this opening round.
This is the World Burger Battle. I don't think it gets any bigger than this.
World Food Championships, it's just like coming back to family and cooking at the same time, so that's important.
Yeah, baby, yeah, number one! When you're in the heat of the moment, there ain't no friends in the kitchen. As soon as you walk out, everything's good.
That's good. That's enough onions for the patty melt. We'll get that caramelizing right now.
For the first burger, the competitors must make their take on the patty melt. Easy enough, but this battle has teams from Sweden, Holland, and England, where this classic American dish isn't as popular and might be a bit of a challenge.
Well, burgers are quite an American thing, aren't they? So, English seems to be here in burgers. It's quite, you know what I mean? It's, you just got to see what happens on the day, man. So hopefully, fingers crossed, should be all right.
One man that is no stranger to the patty melt, or any burger, is Wade Fortin, 2-time winner and current burger world champion. Last year, Wade lost out to Ricardo Heredia for the World Food Champion title. Now he's looking to redeem himself and is more than ready.
I've been telling people that this is like playing golf. You compete against yourself. So you start thinking that you're competing against other people, you're worried, you know, you're getting in their head and stuff like that. Oh, look, he's the champion, and you've already lost.
Time goes so fast, we gotta work the entire time. Oh yeah, those are toasted nice. Woo. We're excited for this one. We love the fast pace of it. It's all downhill now, baby. First start in Sweden!
Oh, baby, stay together.
Looks good.
It was a run. I should have went that way.
Dish 1 is turned in. Now the clock will turn over for dish 2. But in this sport, there is no halftime break. It's play on, play hard, and play to win.
These are some expensive patties. Just say if I don't win, I don't have any money to get home now.
This is the signature round. The cooks will be making their best burger, and with the possibility of a $10,000 payout, they will be using the best ingredients.
50-50 with Wagyu and lamb. It's a Chipotle garlic stuffed ribeye steak burger. So we take ribeye steaks and actually grind ribeye steaks. That's how we make the burgers.
I'm gonna have more bread than burger.
This one has a lot of elements, a lot of chopped produce, so definitely taking a lot longer than the first one.
30 minutes. We can do that.
Take all the tops off. Listen to me. Please. Like this?
Yeah, no, right there.
Right behind you, right behind you. Get it on. Just get whatever you can on.
10 seconds. You're not sprinting around. Go with me. Go with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And I'm not going to make excuses. We missed it. We lost. It's a bummer. It was a good dish.
The World Food Championships is presented by Bubba Burger.
One of the most exciting categories of the World Food Championships. Where are my burger contestants?
After the first hard-fought round, the top 10 in burger are being chosen for the second round of competition. It's a close race. Separating 10 contestants is only 4.25 points. But it's the movement of the teams that proves this is a true burger battle.
Moving up from 24, moved up 17 spots. Daniel Mayo Evans, the Beefy Boys!
Yeah, find out we jumped 17 spots is just incredible. It's just mind-blowing.
In fourth place, trying to defend his two-time reigning championship status. Wade Porton, where's your mindset going into this fourth annual World Food Championships?
The most successful people in the world never look in the past. They always look to the future.
The field is laid out for the next round, and it is really anybody's game.
Number one. That is ridiculous.
It's a new day at the WFC, and the top 10 in burger are just over 10 minutes into their allotted 2-hour time limit. In this round, they can make the burger of their choice, just so long as it includes the infused ingredient, citrus.
We're making a version of a play on a porchetta. Really lemony, herby pork roast. We'll see how it goes.
Seem to be on track so far, but you're not going to cook it any more than that. A lot of stuff can go wrong, yeah? We're going to use these jalapenos.
Yeah.
I want some of those hot ones chopped up, and we'll just put a little sprinkle of it. It's a bit of a nightmare because obviously we can't bring our own meat that we normally use, we can't bring our own buns, we can literally take nothing. We spent most of the time driving from butchers to bakers, and then back to the house we rented, practiced it, back out again. Yeah, final day today, and then we get to relax and have a bit of fun.
We're going to be cutting it close. We wanted to casually walk up, but there's going to be nothing casual about this.
You know, we just did a taste test. We got a pretty damn good burger right now. So if we can execute everything and it can come through, we're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, there's a couple guys here who know how to cook a hamburger. So if I can show that I belong to be part of it, so.
A little bit, like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never made this whole burger before, but so far I feel like we're kind of okay.
Ooh, this one looks really good.
2, 1. The window is now open. They have 10 minutes to bring their dishes to the judges.
A bit more nasty, a bit more, mate. Perfect, thank you.
Alright, where's the fifth one?
We should have 6.
These chefs have to get their burgers in right now, or they could be disqualified.
All right, we're gonna do it now. We'll cut them in half. Cut them in half.
Damn it!
We just gotta call an audible.
Fortunately,
Everything was going very smoothly, and then it was like, what? Wait, there's one less burger.
You only can do what you can do, and then at the end of the day, hopefully we get called last tonight. So, we'll see.
So I'm going to ask our burger contestants, anyone from burger here, come up to the stage.
The burger battle is coming to a close as the top 10 take the stage. Will there be as much movement as there was in round 1? And will Wade Fortin retain his crown?
And we do have some movement in this category. Our third place finisher with a 90.1, meaning that there's going to be a new world burger champion, is Wade Fortin. He moved up the charts, but not enough. In second place, moved up 6 spots, Sandy Shepard.
job.
Okay, the new world burger champion moving up the charts. Rusty Johnson from Team Canada. Team Canada.
But I'm telling you, what I'm going to bring, it's going to be really good. So I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be open, so I can make whatever, like my best hamburger. I'm going to bring it forward, and they're going to be. I'm excited to do it for them. Yeah!
It was filled with wild changes and upsets, but the World Burger Competition is in the books. Rusty brings home a win for Team Canada and heads to the final table, where we only have 3 more spots to fill. Bacon. Everybody loves it, and it's no surprise it's one of the most popular competitions at the World Food Championships.
Well, everything's better with bacon. We all know that.
The only thing better than bacon is more bacon.
It's not just bacon and eggs, or BLTs here. These chefs are taking what is used every day and creating one-of-a-kind dishes. In this first round, they will have to do a structured dish, and that requires using a dumpling in the recipe.
Fried dumplings and bacon, come on, you can't go wrong with that. A little apple and bourbon, come on. This is what it's all about.
I'm making a bacon hargao. It's a traditional Chinese dumpling. We're going to steam that, and then we're going to make a bacon dashi, which is a fortified stock with seaweed and bonito flakes.
This year, not only defending his bacon world title, but also his World Food Championship title is Ricardo Heredia.
This is my 3rd time here at the WFC. Just keeps evolving and getting harder and harder, and that's what I love about it. It's been a long journey for me, man. I grew up with gang violence and all that stuff, and mother went to prison when I was 12. You know, I started cooking out of necessity. It was that time that I really started understanding the scientific principles of it without knowing that it was scientific, and really started learning the right and wrong techniques in the kitchen. Okay, let's get plastic wrap or a lid on this. It's important for me to always elevate and push myself to do better, and this year is definitely that. It's much harder. The competition is much more fierce, and that's what I love, is that challenge.
The chefs are starting to get their dishes ready for presentation, or plating. They are judged using the EAT methodology. So plating would fall under A for appearance, E is execution, and last, T for taste, which commands half the points.
You know, I'm in the flavor business, and 50% is flavor, so, you know, that's what we try to do, is take as much time as we can to bring out the flavor of the dish.
A little short on cabbage, but that's okay.
We just need chopped that and put that all over there.
Plating.
As the last few competitors turn in their first dish, whew, everyone else is working on their second dish.
Making a custard here to put into my mascarpone mousse. It's a maple-based custard, so bacon and maple, how much more Canadian can you get?
It's about 33 minutes. The filet mignon underneath it gets cooked much faster than the bacon. So what we're doing is giving it some color.
Oh! Stop!
We got all our fingers,
It's still here. Yeah, super cool, very simple, very elegant, and more importantly, it's fully stackable, right?
Turn-ins are already happening, guys.
We are loving this dish.
Yeah!
I think we're good to go, man.
Let's give it up for the bacon contestants.
Round 1 of the bacon category is done, and now it's time to see who will get a chance at $10,000 and the final table. A table that one man has sat at twice.
The current reigning world champion, Ricardo Heredia. He won it 2 years in a row, so he's going for a three-peat. In 10th place, moving all the way up from 20th place, Elizabeth Kunkel. In second position, Adrian Ashby.
It's down to the final spot in the top 10 as the defending world champion waits in the wings for a decision.
In first place, 95.8125 score. We are going to have a new world food champion at the World Food Championships. Stephen Cole, come on up here. You defended your position today. Congratulations.
I just knew we delivered. We came to party, you know. It's been 3 years. We did our homework. That's it. Bring this bitch to the ground.
The world food champion is dethroned. Now, will Stephen Coe be the man to beat in the second round of the bacon category and possibly at the final table?
Well, best of luck to you. We better see you out there.
You're this much closer to 10 grand.
The World Food Championships is presented by Bubba Burger. Round 2 of the Bacon World Championships is underway. Stephen Coe is in the driver's seat, but there are 9 other passengers wanting to take the wheel.
Top 10 that's not good enough for us. We're top 5 last year. We want to win. So
I'm ready to rock and roll and get some money, man. I'm ready to get a big check.
We practiced last night. Got our dish dialed in. It's going to be awesome.
We are going to do a mango habanero stuffed red snapper with bacon and a bacon vinaigrette.
Red snapper is the required infused ingredient for this round. Maybe not what you would think of to pair with bacon, but this is the World Food Championships.
Man, I'm from Minnesota. It's walleye. I don't know what the heck red snapper is. I had to go buy one just to learn how to cut it this morning.
It's going to be tough. With the heat, for 10 grand, it shouldn't be easy.
A little more at the moment, you know. You don't really... Everything affects it. If you're doing pasta, heat affects it. Fish could suck. You could cut yourself. So you stop? No. Keep going. Stop being a candy ass.
I'm so stoked for Steven, man. Great dude. Awesome chef. Since the first competition I did, it was me showing up at 6 a.m. and one other guy, and that was him. And I'm so happy that he's in first place right now. I am completely shocked that I didn't make top 10. But that was over. It's over now, man. This is a great event, so we're going to enjoy it. Make some new connections, some new friends, and come back next year. And I really want my belt back.
Scoring the skin is going to help keep it from curling up when we pan fry it. Snapper's one of the few fish you can eat the skin on.
Plenty of time. You don't want to be too early, and we don't want to be too late. You got to get it just right, baby. Come on now. All is well. Everything's looking good. We're right on time.
So there's bacon in there, there's snapper in there, and from Boston, so it was lobster. Love and affection, just sexy plating, all the day. Want it, I own it, dude.
Trying to achieve a little height on our plate, just for a little eye pop. And we want the judges to look at our plate and be like, oh my God, how'd they do that? And then when we pull it off, it's gonna have like a little green little mold.
So let's just get out our best 7. Shape, color, size.
So I just kind of did it on the fly today, and we'll see what happens. You know, I'm just thrilled that I'm in the top 10. Put exactly what we wanted to on the plate. It looked just right. I think we're so good.
Took 3 years to get here, so it's everything. I eat and breathe it the past couple of years.
The top 10 in bacon are getting ready to see who will take the title of Bacon World Champion and $10,000.
In third place, representing Sugar Fire Smokehouse, Mike Johnson. In second place, moving up 4 spots as well, Squazzini with Pauline Curley. Okay, in first place, the only person to finish above 90 with a 94.65. Defending his position going into this round, Filmon Tv.
It was hard. It was 3 years in the making. There's good players, and it disappointed me to see that the top dog that was my competition the past few years get knocked out so early.
This is, you got another hurdle.
I know that. I got that. You know, I didn't come here for 10,000. I came here for 100,000. This year was strategy, and we won it with strategy.
Stephen Coe's strategy has put him at the top of the heap. Now he will move on to the final table, where $100,000 in cash is there for the taking. Next time on the World Food Championships.
This is like the playoffs in Chile. You got your game book, you got your face on, you're ready to go, and you start your playoffs.
You should have 3 major components. You should have good fuel, you should have good seasoning, and great meat.
Everything goes crazy around 11:15.
Some transitions happen gradually over time, but some can happen in an instant. In the unspoiled beauty of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, where extraordinary adventures and expansive sugar-white beaches stretch on for mile after mile, it only takes a moment before you realize you're in a whole different state. Come, be transformed.
It's recipe and seafood this time on WFC, and it's going to be a fight.
This is actually something pretty risky.
Late?
Oh.
45 seconds. Up with your hands here. You got 40 seconds.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. It's early morning and the contestants are rolling in for the first round of cooking in the recipe category.
Here we are, Food Championship, 7:30 in the morning. Ready to rock and roll. Here we go. Here we go.
We're ready. We've been waiting for this a long time.
My whole thing about being here today is about putting the best of me on a plate. And for my career of 33 years, this is like the ultimate for us.
Timer on for 20 minutes.
In the first entry of round 1, the chefs will have 1 hour to finish a structured dish, which must include corn sauce or corn relish.
The recipe category, we start off, you have to submit a recipe online, exact ingredients and procedure. So then once it goes to the judges, they're looking at your recipe as they're eating it, so they can kind of pick out what you did there.
We are doing a strawberry balsamic pork belly with a sweet corn and jalapeno nage underneath, since we had to do a corn sauce or relish.
So I'm making, there's a Japanese souffle cheesecake in the oven right now, and it is a corn creme anglaise with bourbon and cinnamon. So I'm a food blogger, so I do a lot of work behind the scenes. This is my first official competition in the World Food Champs, so.
By the way, I eat this every day at home.
The makeup of the contestants at the WFC is a mixed bag. Professional chefs, home cooks, there are teams, one-man bands, and even families.
You are watching a master chef right here, right before your eyes.
That's my son, 1 of 4. This is like a dream. A dream. Just being here is already my prize. It's my prize just being here. Competing with amazing chefs, you know?
With the clock ticking down, The pace starts to pick up as the cooks start to finalize their dishes.
You want me to grab the onions now? Yeah.
Once the turn-in window is open, they will have 10 minutes to make it to the finish line.
So we're about 30 minutes away from turn-in. We're good. We're right on track. We're right where we need to be. And everybody's still having fun so far, so.
You got this, baby. Practice, practice, practice. Just like a pro athlete, pro fooder, you got to be practicing. If you're not practicing, you're not doing it.
As the turn-in window opens, some chefs are heading out with their dishes. But some are pushing the limit to make sure the dish is perfect when it reaches the judges.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Get out of the way! Meal coming. Double check the plate.
Yeah, we'll get it. Go ahead and work on your next dish.
Yep. Late. Let him finish this.
Finish this round and then
Finish this round, and afterwards let him know that we scored your dish, but we had to disqualify you because you did not make it in time. That always hurts. You know, I hate to have to make that call, but for the integrity of food sport and for all the passion and all the practice that these athletes have put into this championship, you know, I can't bend the rules.
The World Food Championships is presented by Orion Coolers.
3, 2, 1.
The first entry of the recipe category in the World Food Championships has been turned in. Now it's time for the second, the chef's signature dish. This one can catapult them into the second round and into the money.
There's no downtime at all. The turn is so tight.
Prior planning is the biggest thing about it. Is checklists have checklists. You know exactly where you're going to go. You map out the time that you're going to do it. So that way you're not really guessing where you are.
This is actually something pretty risky, but it's got over 15 fresh produce and herbs.
It is super crunch time. We got a couple issues on the beef taking a little bit longer than we would like to see right now.
I think we'll be pretty good on time. We're pretty set on schedule, so.
It's got to look good, so it's got to be pretty and taste good.
Is the window open?
No, window opens in 4.
We get another chip on that?
I made a promise to myself that whatever I put on the plate would be the best that I could do for me.
I know the flavors, I know everything was good, but it's all in the judges.
Gotta get through.
We're there. We're in the top 10. There's no doubt about it.
Round 1 is done, and the contestants are waiting for the call to the stage and a top 10 place in round 2.
Now in 10th, Lori McLean. Where are you, Lori?
Lori McLean! Lydia Hadnot!
Mike Callahan. In first position, Sharon Holland. Are you out here, Sharon Holland?
I cannot believe it. I mean, this is just amazing.
Round 2 of the recipe category is underway. This time, the top 10 chefs have 2 hours and free reign on what dish they want to cook, as long as it has the infused ingredient, celery.
You have to kind of not cloud it with anything else. The simpler, the better, the more flavorful, and the more that you'll taste the celery.
No deconstructed ants on a log today.
Celery in my dish is all over.
He's doing the carrot for a celery cake base as well. It's going to be a spice cake, and it's going to have butter rum in it as well. So, good fun.
My favorite.
So we started testing our recipe last night, and we ended up dismantling about 50% of the recipe. and starting over from scratch.
We were up last night till 12:30 testing the recipe and everything, so we're happy about it, we're excited, and you have to just go with it.
I think it's crunch time, so we're all starting to feel a lot of pressure. We're starting to feel really nervous, especially when things like the eggs don't work out and we can't get a good slice on the beef, then your heart starts to count.
3:30.
The turn-in window is now open, and the 10-minute countdown to possible victory begins.
We have tweezers.
Somebody say a prayer. Get it. All right. Good luck.
Good
Good
safety
luck.
this week. 1:30.
It's in the judge's hands.
And we're in.
See you at the final table.
Are the recipe contestants here right now?
The top 10 in recipe have turned in their best 3 dishes. Now the wait is over, and one of them will collect $10,000 and move on to the final table, and the chance at $100,000.
In third place, Lydia Hadavian. You are third place. In second place, Veronica Callahan. In first place, and our new world recipe champion. How do we feel about this? Moving up the chart, Alethea She. You are our new world recipe champion.
This is more than anything we really expected. We're just we were here to have a great time and to really see what we could do here, and it's a little bit of a blank, I will say that. You know what? I think I'm going to have to hit the books. I'm going to have to brush up a little bit and study. We have a kitchen, so I'm going to try and figure out what comes next.
The stations in the Kenmore Kitchen Arena are starting to fill up with contestants as the next WFC competition, Seafood, gets underway.
A lot of great competition here, so it'll be a lot of fun. Even though we're all competitors, there's like camaraderie between cooks, and it's really great to see.
Real chefs, home chefs, barbecue teams, a little bit of everything. It's kind of cool. We're here from Nebraska, so no reason we shouldn't win the seafood competition, right?
The cooks will have 1 hour to turn in their structured dish, a seafood broth.
You know your stations: broth, gumbo, slaw, marinade, right? Okay.
We're about to show you guys some flavors that no one's ever tasted before. Roasting some beef bones to get some marrow into our broth here. We're rubbing them with miso paste. We're doing a Japanese yakimein.
To make a broth this quick is really tough, so we're trying to fortify it with everything we got. We won it last year, so everybody's out for us. We don't care. We just cook.
Every year it's a big deal, and this year I'm in it to win it.
We're all here to support each other, but when you walk past that gate, every one of them's here to win it. I mean, you get business deals out of this. It's the biggest. It's the biggest in the world.
You want it like the size of a kernel of corn.
One chef that is no stranger to the WFC is Josie Lanzi. She made the top 10 in seafood last year, which earned her a spot in this year's event, but was almost forced to give it up.
I had a jet ski accident. At 60 miles an hour, I was thrown off. And spinal cord snapped, but then not ripped through. And C4 had to be reattached to C5. It took a lot out of me. I thought I was never going to fish again. I thought I was never going to get on a boat, never going to cook. And all of that is a big part of me. My hands may not come back fully, but I'm using them, and that's what's important.
Jody, Bacon Babe, Taffel,
Cindy Taffel, firefighter, fire investigator.
We're the first sisters to qualify for WFC as head chefs in different categories. Last year, I was second runner-up in bacon. This year, I foolishly switched to recipe and I was 12th. Next year, I'm going back to bacon.
Turned in about 4 seconds late. I know, I understand.
Had everything timed out, hit some obstacles, and it's such a disappointment for myself as well as my team, who went to a lot of time and effort for the many months getting ready for this to test and create, and such a letdown.
One entry down and one to go in this opening round. Most of the chefs have already been working on their second dish, but that doesn't mean they're ahead of the game.
A little behind. I'd rather have these all wrapped up already.
Use that one.
I screwed around too much in the first one.
We got about 6 of them.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tommy. It's okay.
Coming through.
Okay, you're done. You're good.
It's a spectacular event, and I plan on being here next year and maybe a winner later on tonight. We'll see.
With the day done and combined scores from round 1 tallied, it's time to see which 10 contestants will move on to round 2.
Do we have any seafood competitors here? So, in 10th place, Mercedita Madrona. 9th place, Teresa Carden, a Canadian. Doreen Cray, Nancy Judd, 91.18.
I'm so thrilled. I'm thrilled.
In 6th place, this shows the passion of this industry, and she is here with like 3 broken bones. Josie Landy with a 91.43, a Floridian.
4 months ago, I would have never been here. So I'm quite overwhelmed, Matthew. So I'm happy overwhelmed.
The top 9 in seafood are placed. Only one left.
This is a great one to announce right now. Up from 4th place today. Let's give it up for Cindy Taffel!
My sister, she encouraged me all year to try to get in, and after a bunch of tries, my last entry was just a pinch. I won a blue ribbon, and I won my ticket. I guess I gotta stay in first to get any money, but I hope I can. Holy mackerel.
The World Food Championships is presented by Orion Coolers. It's the morning of Seafood Championships Round 2 and the last step to the final table.
We got a good plan. We worked all night on a new recipe, and very excited about what we're going to do.
It's going to be fun today.
If you're not having fun, you shouldn't be here.
As soon as we set up, we're going to kick it when that clock starts. So I'm as ready as I'm going to be. I got 10 hours of sleep.
I'm a little nervous. Once I get cooking, I'll feel better. It's like being on stage. Once you start doing your thing, you're all right.
I started taking guitar lessons. She became Jimmy Page. I started competing. Now she's first in seafood. Hate her. Love her. Hate her.
The chefs have 2 hours to cook any seafood dish they choose, but it must include an infused ingredient, potato skins, and their pulp.
I am doing a lobster lasagna. And instead of pasta, I'm using potato skin. I'm going to roll that flat out, make it like the pasta skin. See what happens.
So we've got a seafood cannelloni here we've made out of the potato pulp. We've also got some beautiful local hogfish. We're trying to time everything perfect, just right.
How much of this do you want in the broth?
One whole one in the broth.
That's a whole one.
Solid. Coming together.
potato infused dish. It's going to be very tight because it takes about 9 minutes to walk to that line over there from where I am. It's beautiful. You know what? You did the potatoes awesome. They're perfect.
In 1 minute, the turn window opens.
I think we're good with this one. We're getting full. All right, that's good.
Beautiful. Everything's perfect. If I can only make it to that finish line.
With under 5 minutes left before the turn-in window closes, all the chefs have passed the finish line, except for two, Cindy Taffel and Nancy Judd.
Chefs, you're at 3.5 minutes.
Okay, put another
3
on.
minutes,
Is it
30
too late
seconds
again?
right now to turn. We're all nervous right now.
Walk this one with me.
Look, man.
45 seconds.
It was more intense, this whole competition, watching her make it in that time frame than anything else we've done.
It's good I took my blood pressure medicine this morning. I'll tell you what.
How you guys doing?
After 2 rounds of cooking and 3 dishes, the time has come to separate the great from the good. Only one chef will leave with $10,000, the title of World Seafood Champion, and a trip to the final table.
In third place, the Florida Alabama Yacht Club, Chris Darrow.
Second place.
This is great.
This is great.
A lady that would not be denied, not by accident, not by anything. Josie Ramsey. Okay, our World Seafood Champion.
First place.
Cindy Taffel.
I just cooked good food, made it look pretty, and surrounded myself with an amazing team.
I couldn't be happier. I can't wait to call my mom.
My sister has worked so hard. She's never gotten this yet. She deserves it. But I got it, and just imagine what I can do in the next part. I guess I got to call into work tomorrow. So.
Keep careful.
I can't believe it.
With the crowning of the World Seafood Champion, we are only 6 categories away from the final table and the $100,000 payday. Next time on the World Food Championships.
Get a good shot of this. It's going to be one of the winning dishes.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
7, 6, 5.
I have something that's never been done before.
Are you sure it's not on the bar? I forgot 2 of my key ingredients.
Close the gates.
Tonight, pasta and sandwich look to have a champion join the final table.
Get a good shot of this. It's going to be one of the winning dishes.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
7, 6, 5.
I have something that's never been done before.
Are you sure it's not on the bar? I forgot 2 of my key ingredients.
Close the gates.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. It's the start of a new day at the WFC, and the chefs are busy settling into their kitchens, getting ready for the next competition, pasta.
We're improvising.
You know, we got people here from all over the world competing, visiting, judging. It's truly is a World Food Championship.
I'm very excited. I am just one French in this competition. It's my first time for the World Food Championship.
To stay a little bit more with the traditional Italian, so no peppers on this one yet.
We want to stay as organized as possible, work as clean as possible, no clutter, no mess, and then have a nice easy cook.
In round one's competition, the chefs must turn in 2 dishes. The first, a structured dish, and the second, a signature dish. For this structured dish, they will have 1 hour and must include ramen as an ingredient.
Turning ramen into rice.
You can reinvent it, you can use it as the noodles, you can do whatever you want with it.
The ramen are a bland noodle. So it's all about the broth and what you put in. So it's broth, noodle, and garnish.
With $100,000 on the line, you won't see any pasta from a box here. The cooks prepare and cut, all under the watchful eye of the competition clock. But all that time and effort could be for nothing if the judges aren't swayed by the taste.
Gotta taste, gotta taste.
That spoon has to have everything you got. That's got to tell your whole story in one bite.
I just took it home for my husband, who is a huge critic.
Being that I've been eating it for the past 20 years, I know when it's right.
Taste is important, but so is timing. The contestants must make it across the finish line for their dish to even have a chance at winning.
Last couple minutes, everything starts to get finished up, and you get ready to start plating, get ready for turn-in. That's when all the excitement happens. That's when things get messed up. Mass chaos.
This is a very, very complicated recipe. I have a lot of components to it. This is my hardest recipe I'll be doing.
I feel a lot of pressure, but even more because I'm trying to keep my champion title. I love competing.
Get a good shot of this. It's going to be one of the winning dishes.
Come on, damn it.
Coming through.
Minute.
Go. Yeah. Walk up, make it.
Not what we had hoped. We waited too many things to the end. We were too cool at the beginning.
I had to run. Have you seen? Look at me. I don't run. I went to the bathroom and that's it.
With the first entries of round one at the judges' table, the chefs move on to their second, a signature dish, a dish that can lift them one step above the rest.
This is chocolate-covered sweet ricotta macaroni truffles.
Everybody asks me what my secret ingredient is, and I always tell them salt and butter. Right? Like there's no secret to that.
Fire!
The World Food Championships is presented by Challenge Butter. Things are heating up at the World Food Championships pasta competition. The cooks are close to turning in their second entry for round one, getting them closer to $10,000 and the final table.
Yesterday it was 9 hours just driving around to get the products to insert into this, so we'll see where it ends up.
This is as Italian as it gets, right now.
Homemade manigons every holiday.
Tutti a tavola a mangiare.
We're going to definitely get it a lot earlier this time. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully we can stick to it.
Kind of calm in the beginning, but now we're in the combat zone here.
We made it!
great. Knocked it out.
Yeah, the top 10, no problem.
With round 1 complete, the top 10 in pasta are being put in the books.
Congratulations. Team Mexico has arrived.
Stephen Perrin of Team Canada and Suzanne Clark round out the number 2 and number 1 positions.
I want to win this, and I want a chance to go back to the final table. I want to represent home cooks and really show them what we can do.
The top 10 in pasta are in their kitchens, getting ready for round 2 and reviewing how they're going to use the required infused ingredient, truffles, in the 2-hour time frame for this competition.
Who could not be happy when this is what you were just given?
This is black gold, and I'm using it in all kinds of ways.
You shave them very, very thin. You don't do chunks of truffle, so you're not going to get a lot of texture, but you're going to get a lot of aromatic flavor from a truffle.
Truffles add a certain flavor that brings a dish to the next level, but everyone is using them, so the playing field is even. Stephen Perrin of Team Canada is taking it up one more notch to get an edge on his competition.
$70 a pound for this stuff. It's minimum 5 years old, and it's from a Mangalista pig, and they eat acorns. They're fed acorns, so the meat is sweet. This is like a prosciutto on steroids. The flavor, the intensity of the flavor is out of this world.
This is a pretty serious group, and you don't want to take Suzanne, the reigning champion, lightly, because apparently she really has her pasta down to a science.
And I've been practicing 2 months straight, whether it was research, whether it was going online, libraries, bookstores, or just experimenting in the kitchen. Every day I did something for the World Food Championships.
The dish that we're going to put together today is going to really send the judges over the edge. Their life will never be the same.
By the time I finish this sauce and you taste it, you're going to think you've died and gone to heaven.
It's the first rule of anything I make. If I like to eat this, yes. Okay, I'll make it. If I don't like it, I won't make it.
I had it in my head that I needed to come up with my very own pasta that has never been done. So that's where I'm going.
12 minutes to turn in? All right.
We're almost there. Almost there.
Who's ready for some results?
10 competitors, 3 dishes, and 1 winner. The time has come to see who will take home $10,000 and the title of World Food Pasta Champion.
In 3rd place, Ann Jones. Congratulations. In 2nd place, representing Team Canada, Stephen Perrin. And we have a little bit of a shocker.
Oh, no.
The World Food Pasta Champion is about to be crowned, and with the title comes a spot at the final table and a shot at $100,000.
And we have a little bit of a shocker.
Oh, no.
Defending her title was Suzanne Clark. How did you like that shocker call?
It's a good shock. That's the kind of shock I like.
The final table. Now I have to prepare for my next thing, and I want to be the first home cook to take home the whole purse. So I'm really excited.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back. All right. Oh, yeah.
The WFC pasta competition comes to a close. but everyone has an invitation to come back next year to either defend or defeat. It's time for the sandwich division. Everyone can put something between two pieces of bread, but is it worth $100,000? These chefs hope so.
We're here to win. We need to walk away with that 100 G's. We're getting our game plan together, now it's time to execute, baby. Show them what Chicago all about, man.
Put our heart and souls and our passion on the plate, make it work.
You know, we're excited. We've been waiting for this all year, and you know, when they say food sport, that's what they mean. This is really exciting, and the energy is just really pumped out here. We're going to defend our title and hopefully bring it home.
For this first dish of the opening round, the chefs are required to use ribeye steak in their sandwich.
We're doing a portobello and bacon ribeye sandwich for this first round for the structured build. We've got the steaks all seasoned. They're wrapped in caul fat. The caul fat is the lining of a pig's stomach, and the fat will render out when it cooks on the grill, but it helps keep everything tender, juicy, and moist.
So we pickled these onions in some red wine vinegar and some spices. Now I'm coating them in flour and cornstarch, and we're going to fry them up so we have actual pickled onion rings.
The bread's a little dried out, so it's not unrolling the way it's supposed to. Microwave to the rescue. You gotta make it work.
Stressful, but we're right where we want to be, so we'll just keep on plugging.
Not a chef. I'm not a cook. I don't do this for a living. I'm just a guy who likes to eat salad.
Several layers of flavor here, just tossing it all on there. And then I'm gonna smoke it with the beechwood chips afterwards. So look how creative my husband is. He's good.
It's supposed to be a secret, but it's getting out.
The making of a dish is only part of the competition process. You also have to construct it so that it looks appealing.
Look at it dripping.
Oh, it's dripping.
That's important.
All over their hands.
It looks like a sandwich you get from New York or something, huh?
Once the sandwich is done, it's ready for plating.
Let's see your wiping. Go.
Some contestants are simple, some creative. Once it's plated, it's off to the finish line and into the judges' hands. As the gate closes on the first entry of round one, the competitors have already been working on their second entry,
Yeah.
their signature sandwich.
Now it's time to get this second one out the way and hit it with something they ain't never seen before.
For the Gouda girls, this is a step beyond where they were last year.
Last year we failed to get our first sandwich in on time, so we were not able to at least, you know, place.
That was tough.
And she came back and she is just bawling, and she goes, and she's just staying there. She goes, what do we do? And I said, we promised 2 sandwiches. I said, you start grating the cheese, you start chopping the kale, because I got bacon to fry. And she goes, she looks at me and she goes, but
what difference does it make?
I said, the difference is we committed to 2 sandwiches. So start freaking chopping the damn kale. I said, and let's finish. Needs to say on that second sandwich, we were the first freaking tray to get turned in.
That's all we want to do, is offer the best food that we can.
Yep.
And if we win, that's wonderful. And if we lose,
whatever happens, happens.
Want a bite?
The second entry of round one is nearing completion, and the cooks are hoping for a winner.
That is a cone made of bread dough, spun around and baked off. Those are the only ones you will see here.
Start thinking about plating and start thinking about moving. You do not want to be disqualified.
If only watch cheese would melt faster, that would be great.
The hardest part of this sandwich is cutting it. I think she's good. She is what she is.
3, 2, 1.
The World Food Championships is presented by Challenge Butter.
Sandwich?
The top 10 contestants in the WFC's sandwich division are being chosen for round 2. This will give them a shot at the $10,000 and the final table.
Martine Fusco!
Come back this year and be into the top 10 to come again is just the biggest joy in the world. We couldn't be any happier.
Kelly Fairchild Cochran!
Number 1, baby. Number 1.
The top 10 in sandwich are ready for round 2. In this last round, they will have 2 hours to create their best dish that must include the egg.
Practicing in my hotel room how to flip an egg. Let me tell you, I don't have it down, so.
There's a lot of good competition here, so I hope everybody brings their A game and gives me a good run for my money. We are so phenomenally happy that we've made it into the top 10 this year. It proves to me that they really do like my cooking.
A little nervous, but I practiced all day yesterday and going to give it my best shot, and we'll see what happens.
I have something that's never been done before as far as I know. I am so excited. This is a chicken Friday. Okay, I got my crumbs of regular panko, some seasoning, and some Parmesan cheese. Then I'm ready to go. I knew I was reaching really high and it'd be a really hard challenge. I wanted a hard challenge.
Are you sure it's not on the bar? I forgot 2 of my key ingredients. I had to send my husband back. How about the dining room table? For my bread, I'm making waffle, and I need the flour. A bonehead move on my part.
Why was I so dumb to take this on? Nobody knows if you're supposed to have a runny yolk or a solid yolk.
Check the car. I wonder if I put it in one of those other bags.
Hey, is the presentation plate all ready to go?
If somebody can burn themselves doing something, I will.
There's flour in the car? I brought it after all. It was in the car, which is now 30 minutes away.
We need to go.
You're good.
7 minutes, okay.
Got time.
Okay. I'd love to take home 10,000, but if not, got a winning experience happening here today.
Crispy pork belly with a runny egg yolk coming off of it.
I got my forgotten ingredient.
I am not making what I came here prepared to make. The level of competition here is amazing, and I felt like I had to bump it up a bit.
I'm stressed out, but I'm good.
Couldn't get them crispy enough, and I would have liked more time, but that was my fault, so.
I know I did the best I could, and then it's in the judge's hands.
Thank you.
How about my sandwich competitors? Are you in the house? Find your way to the stage.
The top 10 in sandwich have cooked their best 3 dishes and are going to find out if it was enough to get them a chance at the final table and $100,000.
In 3rd place, Lisa Keys. In 2nd place, Kelly Fairchild Cochran. Congratulations. We're going to have a new world sandwich champion. Lori Ruckstyles. Oh my goodness. Come here, Lori.
Taking it!
This is an incredible honor and just a surprise, and I'm so thrilled.
With the sandwich champion crown, we are over the halfway mark to the final table. Which category will take home the $100,000 win? Next time on the World Food Championships.
This is the World Burger Battle.
don't think it gets any bigger than this.
Trying to defend his two-time reigning championship status. Wade Porton.
The only thing better than bacon is more bacon.
Ricardo Heredia won it 2 years in a row, so he's going for a three-peat.
How are winners made? Be strong. Be smart. Be innovative. Look great. And never lose your cool. Orion, official cooler of the World Food Championships. Get details and deals at orionwfc.com.
This week, Chili and Barbecue choose the last two players for the final table.
This is like the playoffs in Chile. You got your game book, you got your face on, you're ready to go, and you start your playoffs.
You should have three major components. You should have good fuel, you should have good seasoning, and great meat.
Everything goes crazy around 11:15.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. The World Open Chili Championship contestants have made their way to the arena in the second to the last event before the final table.
This is like the playoffs in Chile. So you know it's a sport. So you get out here, you got your game book, you got your face on, you're ready to go, and you start your playoffs.
Ever since the last one was done and I didn't win, I've been thinking about this year.
I kind of got a little worried when you see some of these guys. It's like, holy, what are we in for?
Everybody wants the big prize, the $100 grand, including myself.
The first thing we got to do is get our meat going. Most of this time we're going to be letting our meat and our chili simmer, you know, get all those spices and everything in. It's going to be more of a waiting game than it is anything.
During the allotted 3 hours, the contestants will have 3 dishes to cook. First, a traditional red chili, then a structure build, which is based around the theme of tailgating, and last, a People's Choice chili. This isn't scored within the championship event, but still is an awarded dish and gets the accompanying bragging rights.
You know, when you're playing a sport like this, you got to have your game book. And once that game book gets revealed to the team that you're opposing, they got an advantage over you.
I have minute by minute every step I'm going to do and my stew duties, so we're pretty prepared.
With the level of talent here and 10 grand on the line, you have to step up your game to get in the end zone.
Got some liquid smoke and some apple juice going in here. We got a smoker there in the barbecue, so we're smoking some short ribs that'll go in the pressure cooker after a while. Money right there.
Steaks are like unbelievable cuts. Made with a mixture of crushed tomatoes and tomato paste.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're from Canada. We like to drink beer and cook chili. That's it. That's it. It's nice and simple. That's it.
I go to 20-30 contests a year. Besides this one,
2-time current world chili champion Ray Bogart is the man to beat. He's looking for a 3rd win, but even he knows it's not that easy.
this is probably the first one I've been in where you got chili cooks against chefs. A lot of competition.
The competition is heating up as the cooks begin the final push to turn in their 2 dishes.
Chili's phenomenal. We just got to get this presentation down, and I think we'll be all right. Cooking's the easy part.
We just got corn on the platter.
Totally winging it.
It's all good, the heat's good, meat's nice and tender.
It's ready for prime time.
The classic red is on its way to the judges, and the tailgate is up next.
And we're making a tailgate burrito.
We're doing a Tex-Mex chili split sundae.
You're down in the final end of the game. You got to put that big pass in there. We're going in for a touchdown.
We're in the red zone.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
The open chili competition is closed. Now it's the people's turn to judge. Even though it's not part of the main competition, it's still a title that the contestants deem worthy of putting forth their best efforts. The World Food Championships is presented by Hormel. It's time to see if the long cook will pay off for the contestants of the chili division.
We had this afternoon the People's Choice Chili Competition.
In the eyes of the masses, Ray Bogart wins the People's Choice Award. But it's the WFC judges that he needs to win over to secure a spot in the top 10 round, in hopes to retain his world champion title.
In fourth place, Cullen Case.
As the top 10 are being positioned, Ray is waiting in the wings, with the scores being averaged between the two dishes. He is hoping for a big number on dish 2.
It depends on what happens with the tailgate. If I do good on tailgate, it's going to bring me up to top 10.
We have seen a lot of jumping around.
Yes, we have.
People moving up the ranks. So, moving up the charts was not Ray Bogart. We are going to have a new World Open Chili Champion this year. The first position is being held currently by Diane Lentz.
I did People's Choice, $6,000. I still walk away a winner.
I've got to get ready for tomorrow. Try to get some rest tonight.
The top 10 round of the World Open Chili Division is going strong in the Kenmore Kitchen Arena. The cooks will, again, have 3 hours to work. But now, they only have one freestyle dish to complete during that time.
We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. This is our second chili contest, and so when we made it into the top 10, we just kind of scrambled around looking for a recipe.
I wake up in the middle of the night with recipe ideas, and this recipe actually was one of my recipes, came from a dream, and it's been my dream now for 3 years to do it. So it's overwhelming to a good chance.
I'm doing like a little fried tortilla chip to go with avocado creme fraiche, and then we're gonna put a poached egg on there. So it's almost kind of like a breakfast chili almost. Got 5 different kinds of meats in there, so a lot of it should tie together real well.
Everyone has heard of the popular chili cook-off, and that's why chili is considered one of the granddaddies of food competition. The WFC is taking this popularity and spreading it to other categories. Along with the top 9 main competitions, there are several other food battles that take place during the World Food Championships. There is the Culinary Fight Club, the World Chef Challenge, and the High Stakes Challenge. The WFC is the ultimate food fight, and it owes its success in part to the likes of chili, barbecue, and other food competitions that have paved the way for food sport as it is today. Back in the arena, the chili cooks are on the home stretch and are right in the middle of plating their dishes. This isn't just a bowl and some crackers. With $10,000 on the line, they need to be a bit more creative.
Chili should be creative. That's what I've been trying to do for 3 years now.
Bring your chili pad over here, TQ.
fresh hatch chili, slow roasted pork. Here we go.
Get rid of the slop on that side. Okay, gotcha.
Good.
One egg and we're good to go.
Make a hole. There you go.
We're in great shape. We're in great shape. Yeah, and I've been trying for 3 years to cook this recipe, so finally the world is getting it.
I'm going to ask my chili contestants to start making their way around here to the stage.
The points are tallied. The $10,000 check is signed, and the wait is over as the top 10 take the stage.
I'm going to start off with third place standings tonight. Up 1 spot. From Case of Ribs, Cullen Case. Let's get into second place with an 87.55 from Bell Breezing Bordello Chili, Diane Lentz. All right, should we get into first place, walking away with $10,000? With a 91.95. Up 7 spots. Let's give it up for Badass Barbecue!
This is our second chili contest. We never expected to make it to the top 10, let alone win it. So here we are. 10,000 is about 13.5 Canadian.
Another win for Canada and a great top 10 finish for Wayne Shimko. Wayne joins the 7 others at the final table. Only one competition left to crown a champion.
Well, it's pretty late. We're just firing our pit right now. We're getting ready to put our big proteins on. We'll go with pork butts first. Then our briskets will go on about an hour later. And then about time sun rises is when we'll get our ribs on the smoker.
While the rest of the contestants of the WFC are sleeping soundly, the men and women of barbecue are starting the cooking process for 2 of the 4 dishes they need to turn in. 12 hours from now.
We have 4 Boston butts that'll go on. We've got 3 briskets, 6 slabs of ribs, 40 pieces of chicken, so we'll be up all night.
It's a good lifestyle.
I love it. You know, I go to a contest, I want to win, but I don't expect to win. So we went out there and didn't expect to win. We cooked well. You got to hit the right tables, the right judges. We cooked well and we hit the right tables. We're excited to be back here again. We're going to go back to back. We're going to go.
It's the morning of the last leg of the barbecue competition. The teams have been setting up, prepping, and cooking for close to 24 hours. This is the calm before the storm.
Everything goes crazy at around 11:15. Gets nutty. All the turn-ins come at 1 every 30 minutes, so it's a little bit of pandemonium.
I got it. Going in. 10-minute windows, and you got all this money on the line. Yeah, you can play around a little bit, but when it's time to work, you got to get it done.
You should have 3 major components. You should have a good fuel, you should have good seasoning, and great meat. Everything should kind of balance out all the way across the board.
807. Going once, going twice.
Out of the 4 dishes that the contestants have to turn in, chicken is first, followed by ribs, pork, and brisket, all 30 minutes apart. It's a delicate balancing act.
You know, they take the combined score for all 4 categories, and if you miss one of them, you're done. You're out of the running for the grand champion.
It's got to be perfect the first time, or close to absolutely perfect as possible. Everyone's going to stumble a little bit, but it's just who can make the least amount of mistakes.
We're getting the chicken ready, putting the skins back on. We scraped all the fat off the skins.
and they go to take a bite of it, they'll be able to bite through straight to the bone and pull away and not pull the skin off.
To win the judges, this must be a game of perfection and uniformity. Out of the 4 required dishes, the most widely known cut of meat is the pork rib. Because of its popularity, there are so many different rubs, sauces, and cooking techniques.
We're wrapping the ribs right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to push them through the stall. And the stall happens at about 150 degrees is when the evaporation stops them from cooking. And by wrapping them, you can push them through their stall faster and they still remain tender and juicy.
Hey, you want to see a world-class product? Come on over here to the BBQ trailer.
You know what? You can really tell that Patrick is truly humble.
We all have fun with each other. We joke around with each other. We play with each other. If you didn't do that, it wouldn't be fun. And I mean, the thing is, what's the point in doing it if it's not fun?
Come here, hug. Hug, give me a hug.
That's what I can say about barbecue. It's a big family.
Have friends that come join us. They all sample, they all try, and we see all the same teams. It's seeing people, friends that we haven't seen in a long time. It's a lot of fun. If I happen to win this, you're going to stay over and help me get
We'll see. In between checking the ribs or basting the chicken, there is always a little spare time for some conversation between old and new friends, or maybe a game of street hockey.
Game on!
The World Food Championships is presented by Hormel. The barbecue division of the World Food Championships is about to enter the last hour and a half of its competition. Entry turn-ins start at 12 noon with chicken, and then every half hour after that, it's ribs, pork, and finally brisket. Once it starts, it's non-stop until the last box is delivered.
It's time, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judging for barbecue in the World Food Championships is serious business. In fact, it is sanctioned by the Kansas City Barbecue Society, which uses a double-blind random selection process that ensures no team or team markings are seen by the judges. Each of the 4 entries is scored by 6 certified judges using a 1 for inedible to 9, outstanding, across 3 important criteria: taste, tenderness, and appearance.
Yep, I think it was pretty good chicken today, so we'll see. It's all up to the judges now.
I'll start with this one here. Ribs are setting the sauce right now, so probably have them off in about 5 minutes. Keep our fingers crossed.
Are them pretty?
It's back-to-back hog heaven as the ribs get turned in. It's right to the pork entry.
We don't want the judges to eat any of the fat. We're taking the meat and just scraping all the fat off of it.
Good stuff.
So what you see here is the collar muscles off of the butts, sliced and ready to go. We've already taken our pull meat and our bark, and we've mixed it all together and got the right balance of sauce to au jus. We want to make sure that it retains a lot of heat, a lot of moisture. We put it in the box at the last minute, so could be $100,000. All right.
Only 1 entry left, brisket. This notoriously tough cut of beef is many pitmasters' nemesis.
You can see the smoke ring and the outer bark on these. Every slice then goes into an au jus bath.
The tenderness of a sliced brisket should be just at the point where it's super tender and juicy, but still hold together enough as to not fall apart, and have a little pull when the judges take that bite.
Burn ends.
These little nuggets of barbecue gold used to be scraps and fatty chunks that were given away for free at barbecue joints. Now they are served at prominent restaurants and are a must for a winning brisket box.
Money. You gonna bring us the money? Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, let's go.
All right, that's our cook.
Good.
That's it.
Well, who's excited about barbecue?
It's finally the end to a very long day for the contestants of the barbecue division. Each category has its top 5 winners chosen. Chicken.
In first place, Good Buddies Barbecue.
Ribs.
With a perfect 180 score. Freeman Brothers Barbecue.
Pork.
Team, come hard!
And brisket.
Brad with a shed barbecue.
Give it up, people. We got it.
Then, with everyone's scores in each category averaged out, the top 10 are positioned.
In 8th place.
It's anybody's game. But only the number 1 spot goes on to the final table with a check for $10,000 and a shot at 100 grand in cash.
The reserve grand champion with a score of 697.1428. Yes, it goes that deep. Sauced barbecue. This is what I love about barbecue. It can be a true family sport. The barbecue champion going to the final table with a 699.42. The Smoking Hills. Come on up here, guys. She said, "Oh, smoke."
I say we've competed the last 3 years and always had a dream of being up there on the stage, getting the big check. We got another round to go. We're going to give it our best and try to take home the $100,000. I think we've got a pretty good plan in place to go out and do it.
With the Smoking Hills taking the top spot in the barbecue division, all 9 places are set for the final table. Next time on the World Food Championships, 9 contestants have battled their way to a spot at the final table. Now it comes down to 1 dish, 1 chance, 100 grand in cash.
So to my competition, I didn't come to lose. I'm 3-0. I'm going for 4.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. It's 2 days before the first competition of the World Food Championships, and the crews are busy building what will become Kenmore Kitchen Arena. Contestants will use this arena to compete in 9 different categories: bacon, burger, dessert, pasta, seafood, sandwich, chili, barbecue, and recipe, all vying for a spot at the final table. Over the next 2 days, crews will add all the equipment needed to put together a fully functional kitchen. Actually, 50 kitchens.
It is countless hours. It is unbelievable logistics. 25 full-time staff members to over 100 independent contractors. We're constructing a football field-size kitchen. We have to create a food festival that's about 8 city blocks, and it takes hundreds and hundreds of man-hours to get this done.
While the crews work on the venue, the contestants are pouring into the registration area.
All right, guys. Dessert. Okay.
This year, there are 340 plus teams from 40 states and 17 countries.
Won the dessert category in Canada.
and it's for that I'm coming for the World Food Championship.
I do better under pressure. How about you?
Well, I definitely do better under pressure, but I don't like to be the target.
So you get to put your barbecue against someone's dessert, against someone's bacon, against someone's chili. So it's a multifaceted event.
We developed some really, really good friendships, so it's nice to bond with those people. And then again, it's great to just win.
Putting together an event like the WFC is a monumental undertaking and has been growing each year since 2012 into what it is today.
The World Food Championships was almost born out of necessity. There are 1,000 food festivals in the world. There are 1,000 food competitions, but none of them are truly a crescendo moment at the end of the year. We looked at it as an opportunity for those next top chefs, those home cooks who are trying to find a second career, people trying to find their way onto TV without a talent agent. We looked at it as a way for them to use it as a springboard and jumpstart their next career, or at least get the credibility that they deserve. But no one has ever brought a tournament format and a major kitchen arena into play like we have at the World Food Championships. So in some respects, we're mashing together all the things that you need to have a true, legitimate sport in the culinary world. So it really is the biggest food sport event on the planet.
Right when it starts, I'm going to be like, I can't do it.
The anticipation is high at the first WFC competition, dessert. But before the ovens are fired up, the competitors must attend the mandatory chef's meeting.
We have had a long 365 days from the last time we met.
There are familiar faces and new faces, but one thing everyone has in common is their love for food and the family that is food sport.
Someone in this room is going to walk away with $10,000 and become the world dessert champion, or defend the world dessert champion status. Lori Pagone, the reigning champion, is in the house. And rule number one after turning in on time is have fun.
There's all kinds of folks here. We're trained pastry chefs. There's home bakers. There's retired everybody. It's a really crazy mix of people. Really a wide variety of folks.
I have practiced this for a month and a half, so I'm very excited. Very excited. Yeah.
You have to win something to get here in the first place. All of us that are here are winners to begin with.
To gain entry into the WFC and get your golden ticket, you must win a qualifying event, online contest, or place in the top 10 of last year's World Food Championships.
It means bragging rights, of course $100,000, and wonderful friendship.
And who's here for dessert?
We're going to start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
Each category, excluding barbecue and chili, will have 2 rounds of competition, timed by the clock. In round 1, chefs will cook 2 dishes. 1, a structured dish, which is predetermined by WFC officials, and 2, the chefs bring out their best signature dish to wow the judges. And if they're successful, they move on to round 2, which is reserved for the top 10 of the category. They will have to create one fantastic dish to get to the final table and the big money.
You will have 1 hour to turn in your structured dish. Get ready. 2, 1. There you go. Congratulations. Cheers.
World Food Championships is presented by Kenmore. The dessert category of the World Food Championships is underway. The contestants are creating their first dish, which is a structured build and has to be based around the cupcake. Seems simple, but in this competition, it could be a sweet success worth a pile of cash.
It takes a few minutes to get started because you get the shakes right at the starting line, but I'm ready to go.
I have worked tirelessly for months, practicing and preparing for dishes. You got to execute everything. Did I get rid of
How much
this?
butter do you want me to get?
All of it.
I'm the reigning dessert world food champion. I brought my A game to this competition, and I'm here to defend my title.
I think this is going to be freaking perfect.
This competition has taken it to a level I never dreamed possible, and the doors that have opened for me after winning last year, I get emotional when I talk about it, but it's just been amazing.
It's a big deal. I've been cooking, I cooked each of these recipes 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Tweak, tweak, tweak. I need to do well.
Deanna, how stiff do you want your peaks?
Oh, that's beautiful.
More?
Just a little bit more.
Okay. Thank you, sweetie. She said a little bit more.
Almost there. 1 minute more, I'm going to get my buttercream. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to get my buttercream out.
With time ticking away, the competitors are not only battling the clock, they're having to adjust baking times and recipes because of another factor, Mother Nature.
Got the cupcakes in the oven a couple minutes late, but we should still be okay. Of course, humidity is the enemy of baking, and it is extremely humid.
Baking with the humidity, actually, you need to change the science on all of your candy. So, since we are cooking candy in this extreme humidity, we had to adjust our temperature about 4 degrees.
Oh, I'm doing a caramelized hazelnut. And it's going to go on, it's going to be the garnish for my cupcake, which is a hazelnut cupcake with a salted caramel buttercream. Okay, now what? Magic, magic!
Everyone is looking for a little magic to wow the judges, but it's more than just luck that gets them into the top 10. The contestants are judged using the EAT methodology, a blind scoring system that levels the playing field in all categories. E is for execution and represents 35% of the overall score. This is where the judges score the balance and structure of all the dish components. A is for appearance and is 15% of the overall score. Since we eat with our eyes first, each dish is scored for its appetizing presentation of the key ingredients. And finally, T is for taste, which is 50% of the score. Does the dish taste wonderful, balanced, and leave you craving more?
We on point. We ready for turn-ins too early, as usual.
This competition is a game of seconds. The cooks must turn in their dish at just the right time, so it will be at the peak of perfection when the judges take that first bite. But wait too long, and the 10-minute turn-in window could shut you out.
The buttercream, so it's not that set, so I have to wait a little. I'm actually very good with high pressure situations. Unless you're in my way, then I'll push you over.
The first dish of round 1 in the dessert category of the World Food Championships is in. There's no break before the second dish has started. In fact, most of the competitors have already been working on it.
Now we have to start the second round. I actually already have the cakes out of the oven, so they're cooling. This is going to be a lot less stressful. We're using actually the same frosting and the same cake batter that we did in the last round.
We worked really hard the first hour. This part is the easy part. It's just I have to make some sauce, I have to make some brittle, and then I'm done.
Last year I was in the top 10. It was very stressful, a huge surprise, but I decided to give it a shot this year and try to better my performance. Of course, everybody wants the top place. There's a lot of fierce competitors this year, but hopefully I'm going to do pretty well.
Well, this is Chef Rubber's isomalt right here, and I just poured it real thin. It's going to be the top garnish on it. And these are made out of gum paste, just
homemade flowers instead of the real ones.
Seems like our stuff's not setting up like it normally does, so we're running into problems. We had to start over with this one.
Now you got 4 minutes till when to open. Oh, you're kidding.
Got some stuff cooling down right now. Pull it out and start plating.
Hey, professionals.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
Your window is now open.
Off I go. Wish me luck.
I'm straight. Happy with the result. In the judge's hands from here.
It's so much work.